For a while, the Disney company wanted to adapt the stories of Reynard the Fox, a trickster guy who messes around people in part of Germanic culture as well as Old English stuff. It didn't translate very well because the guy was kind of a bad guy. So, what do? Well, they made the Fox Robin Hood. Disney's Robin Hood is loosely based off the story of the same name, but readapted to be about, well, animals. This is our first movie to have zero involvement from Walt Disney, making it a milestone in that achievement. And despite its cult following, Disney does not seem to care a lot about this film, as there's been nothing about this film other than the initial release. No Disney parks, no sequel films, barely anything. As this film would inspire the very popular Zootopia film, so it has that going for it. It's very strange because this film is really good. Now, not everybody likes it, but if you're like me, then you're in the I love this film category. It's full of charming characters, and some pretty good action scenes as well. And it has hot foxes, which is the best thing ever. That was a joke, but this film is definitely a prime example of furry bait. Let's just say on certain green website, you'll find a lot more Robin Hood stuff than pretty much any other Disney films combined that we've covered. But this film does not get any recognition from Disney. I mean, come on. People are drawing lots of artwork of your characters. Not safe for work artwork, but still artwork. They also like this as an adaptation because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not trying to be 100% accurate, it's just trying to go for the vibe. And it has a great vibe, alright? It's amazing. Like, from the very beginning, you get to see a book of Robin Hood, and the rooster guy's like, hey, I'm gonna tell you a story, or whatever.
Or was, or whatever.
This is probably the best narrator in film history. Just a chill rooster guy playing on his little, what is that, a lute? It's an old type of guitar, you know what I mean. Whatever. Like, one of my favorites, because his character's actually in the story itself, so randomly he was narrating, he's like, everyone got arrested, and he's like, yep, me too. I don't know why that's so funny. Now, if you don't like this, then you're obviously missing the charm of this great film. Like, I love everything about this film. I love the goofy-ass villain, his gay buddy Snake, who rips off the Jungle Book. I like Robin Hood's buddy Blue, Little John, no, he's just blue, but brown. And can you guess who he's voiced by? Can you guess? Yeah, it's Phil Harris, again. He literally is just blue. I like the kid characters who don't ever say they're welcome and are actually charming. I like this random turtle kid. I like when the turtle kid's dad does a shot, he sucks ass, but the kid cheers him on anyway. I like Robin Hood's bird disguise, I think that's really cool. I like when he's in a little balloon, like, what's this? This is so cute, I love it. He looks up his ass and sees that, oh, it's Robin, I can see his fucking ass. You and every other person on Roll 34 there, bud. They use the loot as a bow to shoot him down. I love that. I love how obviously the sheriff cheats this archery contest too. This is so fucking stupid. He's like, get in there, hopefully I won't kill you. I love how impossibly good at Robin Hood as archery, even dressed up as a bird. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I love it. I fucking love this movie. Like how turned on this rhino gets by big titties here, even though it's obviously not big titties. He's like, he gets really into it, which is really funny. I love this movie. I love how hot Maid Marian is. I mean, I'm not a furry. I love the music. I love the animation. It's just a top tier Disney film. Fuck you, Disney, for not giving this movie the recognition it deserves. Speaking of the villains, these are some of the evilest characters ever, but they're so, like, lame at the same time that you kinda love them. Like, look at this guy stealing fucking guy from a cast, like Jackass. He steals from a kid on his birthday, and then he's like, I'm gonna steal this blind man right now. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter, because the blind man is actually Robin Hood, who's giving all this money to all these kids, and everyone loves him. They all simp for him like they do in Rule 34. Look at this bunny getting all wet there. Oh, I should probably talk about things I don't like, since I've been talking about how much I love this film. Well, there's a couple nitpicks. Let's go into the nitpick. Well, one, there are these two vultures, which, they're fine vultures, but their names are, incredibly questionable. One is called Nutsy, because he's nuts, and the other one's called Trigger. Now, just don't say either of those names too fast, because you might find yourself saying words that you don't mean to. Why do they give these characters both questionable names that the world may never know? Just don't say those names fast and out loud, alright? For goodness sake. And there's a good portion of the film where Maid Marian isn't there, and why? I like her hot, she's a nice character. I don't think she's attractive at all, but, I guess she didn't need to be in the finale, but it would have been nice, to have that extra additional stakes there. But whatever, it isn't necessary. Robin Hood has a fake-out death. It's kind of lame, but it lasts like 2 seconds, so I guess it's not that big a deal, but it just didn't really do much for me. Alright, then there's this one song sequence. It's not a bad song at all. In fact, it's pretty good. However, there's one big problem. There is so much reused animation, it's insane. Like, they reused stuff from Snow White of all things, which is kind of weird. They had to go all the way in the archives, pick out old footage from 1937, and then reanimate it. Like, what was the point? The weirdest one's the Aristocats, since they have a unique dance style there. So Maid Marian will be dancing like a cat 1 second, and then she'll be dancing like Snow White, who have completely different dance styles, obviously. So it's very jarring. And not only that, but they just steal the designs from some of the Aristocats. They're like, what the hell? Yes, even the racist one, but he's only there for like 10 seconds. Like, what is this? What's going on here? And during the last frame of it, there's 3 different movies being stolen here. You can see the original Snow White animation here, as well as the Jungle Book and Aristocats in this one last frame here, and it's so jarring. Like, why is Little John in the bushes there? Like, what is he doing there? The reason why he's there is because the frame it's from originally was just the headshot, so they like, oh, we'll put him in the bushes. Like, why do they do that? If this is only this one scene has all this reused animation. The rest of the film, I don't believe it really has any. It's actually pretty well animated, so this one scene is just so jarring. But besides that, I love this film. Every side character is charming, the animation's great, the actions are wonderful, there's a lot of fun gags and jokes. It's lovely. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. This is the part where I would talk about all the Disney stuff they've been involved with outside of this stuff, but guess what? There's none. You're just some couple of mascot characters. What the fuck? This is one of the best Disney films, and there's like nothing. Even these costumes look like fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? What did they do to my boy Robin Hood here? Anyway, yeah, Disney, like, what the hell? There's no direct-to-video sequel. There probably could have been an easy one there, but whatever. Disney's maybe doing a live-action remake, but how do you do a live-action one where every character is already, like, animated? And specifically, like, in, like, anthropomorphic furry characters. That would not look good in CGI. I mean, look at this. Like, what is this abomination? Like, ugh, get away from me. It should be no surprise that Robin Hood takes our current top spot. It's close to being a 10, but there's the little things that I did hold it back for me. It's funny, but just a little bit below an S tier. Like I said, highly recommend the movie if you haven't watched it before, since it doesn't seem to be the top film, but it does have a cult following for a reason, and I highly recommend watching it. I decided to include 3 of the villains from Robin Hood. I could have included more, like the 2 vultures and some of the goons, but they're not really worthy. They're just like following their orders. These 3 guys, they're evil. So yeah, at the B tier we got Sir Hiss, whose design is pretty much just Kaa from the Jungle Book, but he's very furry. He's like a very furry snake. I'm not talking about like furry as in like the group of people, but I'm talking about like actual fur. Like he's like a really hairy snake, which is kind of weird. But yeah, he's a fun sidekick to the main villain, and that's fine. B tier it is. And then A tier, we got the Sheriff in Nottingham, who's just a piece of shit guy, but you love to see him just do his evil stuff because he's just an entertaining character to watch. Like I said, this guy stole from blind people and a kid from his birthday. Like, what an asshole. There's something really funny about that character, how slimy he is. And of course, near the top of A tier, we got Prince John, who he prefers to be king. He's such a pathetic guy. He doesn't even have a mane of hair. That's how emasculated he is. And he cries like a little bitch all the time. He's one of the funniest villains in the Disney pantheon. He's not the most intimidating, but he does have a lot of power behind him. It showcases a real life struggle that happens in real life, because he definitely is a real person, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But how these people gain power, but they're just born with a silver spoon in the mouth, and they're basically just giant kids. And unfortunately, that's still a thing that exists to this day. There's trust fund billionaires that exist, and they're obviously act like little kids. I won't name any names. Elon Musk! But, yeah, fuck them. And, lucky for us, we are not going all the way down to F tier or Z tier, or the hell it is, the bottom tier, because Robin Hood doesn't have a bad song. It is a banging soundtrack. It's a slap. So the worst one is Whistle Stop, which, for what it is, you think would be bad, just mostly whistling, and, like, there's a guy going, like, doing riffing and stuff, but it's calming and it's nice. It's the intro song, you know? It's not the main intro song, it's just the credit song. It's nice. It gets you into the mood really well, and it's a nice whistle, alright? Or whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's see. I think the next one is... No, is it in C tier? I'm looking for it. There's not that too many songs here, but each one of them is great. I know nothing else is in D tier, but did I put... Yeah, I did put one. So, in the C tier, we've got The Phony King of England, which is a good song. It's just not the best. It's nice. It's got a nice dance rhythm to it. Of course, that's the problem, or all the reuse animation to it, but, you know, it's fine. Then in B tier, yeah, we're in B tier. Did I have... This is me having a problem. Like, I'm looking. I swear there's more than this, because Yeah, okay, never mind. I had a brain fart. Okay, in B tier, we got Oodalali. That's the most famous song from the movie, and it's golly, what a day. It's very nostalgic, it's very calming, even though during the sequence they're getting shot at, but, you know, it's just a nice song. Highly recommend the soundtrack of Robin Hood. And then in A tier, yeah, we're going up and up. We got Nottingham, a nice, sad, bluesy country song sung by the rooster who's in prison. He has a name, but I'm just calling him the narrator rooster. And it's just you know, it has that nice feel to it, and it's good. An S tier, yeah, an S tier song. We have an S tier song. We haven't seen that since Cinderella. We've got Love, which pretty generic title, but you know, something about it. It's almost like this might give it too much praise, but it's almost like a fuck. Of course, I had a brain fart when I'm about to say it, so never mind. Fleetwood Mac song. There you go. Not really, but for some reason I get that vibe. It's great. I almost put it even higher, but I was like, nope, that's where it goes. I like it a lot. It's nice. It's very romantic. In fact, they have a good relationship in the movie. I didn't really delve into that, but yeah. I've been talking about this film a lot. If you couldn't tell, I like this film a lot, and I'll be rewatching it over and over again. The Aristocats, not so much. Anyway, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next film. Next time we'll be joining into the 100 Acre Woods with our Winnie the Pooh Bear, or Silly Nilly Little Old Bear. See you then.